Every year there's some deer that are killed in Louisiana that when you see them, you think, man, there ain't no way that came from Louisiana. It came from somewhere else. And it usually it's because of the size. You know, especially when you get along the Mississippi River, the size of those deer really get big. Every so often you'll get one from North Louisiana like that, but it's rare that you get one from Union Parish. And I got one today that's coming to you from Union Parish, Louisiana. A deer that when you look at it, everybody looks at it like, those characteristics, there's no way that came from Union Parish. And it's the characteristics that sets this deer apart from any other deer that I've seen, not only come from Union Parish in a while, but anywhere in North Louisiana, basically Louisiana. And I don't want to give it away. I want you to see it in the video, but it's unique. Beautiful day here. I got Wade Gibson coming from West Monroe. Killed a nice one yesterday morning. And it's made the rounds on the internet. You've seen some of it, some of you have, some of you may not have. But I'm telling you, when you see this deer and the unique shape of the rag, it's one that I'm not going to forget, and I'm sure it's one you're not going to forget. I think you guys are going to like it. West Monroe, Louisiana. A unique deer that, like I said in the intro, you see those characteristics, you don't see that often in Union Parish. When I first saw the deer, I thought, man, that came from Texas. No, sir. Wade, tell me about it.
Man, this deer, he's been haunting us for several years. I've had him on camera for 3 years, and so have my buddies. He's just been elusive. We've getting pics at night, of course. A couple guys think they've saw him during the day, but I decided to go hunting yesterday morning. It was gonna be a cold morning, and get out there, get settled in. And probably about 30 minutes after I was settled, I saw a deer pop out about 200, 215 yards, and he was headed directly away from me down my line. And so I yelled at him, got my gun up, yelled at him, and he stuck his head up. It looked like he had a rocking chair sitting on there. I could see my drop time, so I knew at that time it was hooks. And he wasn't stopping though, he kept walking. So I yelled again. He picked his head up again, but I just didn't have a real good shot. And so I was wanting him to turn a little bit. Well, the third time I yelled, he's about 225 now, and he, I think it kind of spooked him. You know, he's old, smart deer, so he started quartering real hard away, but faster walk. He's trying to get to the other side now, getting the briars and stuff where I couldn't see him. And I really, at that point, I thought I'd done lost him again. And but I put my crosshairs on him best I could while he was walking, tried to, think I'm leading him, and then squeezed the trigger. And it happened so fast, of course, I was like, man, I don't even know, where did I even put the crosshairs? And I got down, I didn't wait like you should, I was kind of excited. I said, well, I'll be
Yeah.
quiet, but I'm gonna see if there's any blood. And I get up there, there's no blood, no bone, no nothing. And I was really kind of like, man, I've ruined this, And start looking. I said, well, maybe he'll start bleeding. I find a little kicked up spot of dirt, and I said, well, that's got to be where he was standing. Saw another kicked up spot, and the whole time he was laying there about 10 yards from me. And I looked over the briars, and I saw a stick, what I thought was a stick or something that looked odd, and it ended up being his horns. And so I barreled off in there, and I just sat there and looked at him, and I was like, man, I killed hooks.
That's right.
And it's a very unique deer. It's not the biggest deer in the world, but to me, it's very unique. It's a once in a lifetime.
That's right. That's right.
I love him.
I've seen only one other deer from Union Parish, and it's only about 100 yards inside of Union Parish. It came out of Arkansas when I saw him. He was running. Across the road in front of me had double drop tines. That's the only deer I can remember seeing with beautiful, long double drop tines like that. Ended up, an old man out of Huddy killed that deer. It scored 180 something. I don't think this one will quite get 180, but maybe them dudes right there.
He's very unique, yeah. We had pictures, me and my buddies had pictures of him last year, and opening week, apparently he's a fighter. He broke them both off, and so we all kind of decided that we probably wasn't going to shoot him if we saw him, try and see what the next year would do for him. And his drop tines actually got longer and stronger looking. They're very strong. So.
And what we're gonna do, Wade, if you'll shoot me that picture of him last year, we'll show the folks what he looked like last year, and how your patience and your neighbor's patience paid off, and got this deer where he is today. Let's get a score on him real quick.
Okay. All right.
So I got this deer at 14 scoreable points. Great deer. The two double drop tines, one of them was 11 2/8, the other one was 11 7/8. The grand total on the whole score was 167 and 5/8 inches. The inside spread was 19 and 1/8. Now this is a deer last year. He broke those 2 double drops off. They let him walk, and this is what they got this year. Now, guys, this is how big of a difference those irregular points make. 28 inches of irregular points. So if you take that 28 off at 167, now you got a 140-inch deer. That's how much an irregular point really helps with the score. Great deer, Wade.